Hey everybody, Reds Fan 1979 back here with a special baseball card video. This is episode 9, I think, of Chris's Card Talk. I'm going to talk a little bit about the grading process and what I think about graded cards, what graded cards I own, things of that nature, due to the PSA group grading that I'm going to be a part of with Dustin Bellinger. So I wanted to start out first by saying that I don't buy a lot of graded cards. I have some from my Reds shelf downstairs, some Joey Votto rookie cards. That's mainly the big part of my collection is just Reds, rookies, Barry Larkin, some Joey Vottos, about 5 or 6 Vottos. I did get some Billy Hamiltons. Really still sad they traded him, but got a couple of those, and then I have some nice Bowman Chrome Prospect Autos, first Bowman of Nick Senzel and Hunter Green. Thinking about getting a Taylor Trammell, but he's already pretty high up there, so I wish I had pulled the trigger, like 6 months ago or something, but they're already over $100, so we'll see, maybe so. In terms of non-Reds cards, I only really have a small collection, and the majority of them are Chris Bryant. So I've got that nice 2017 Gypsy Queen no-name auto that's a 9.510. I also have a nice PSA 10 of Topps Chrome rookie 2015 for him, and then a BGS 9.5 for 2015 Bowman's Best. So he's been kind of up and down the last year or two, but I still think he has a lot of great potential. So, but other than that, not really much vintage cards that are graded. I did get a couple of Joe Morgans from my shelf downstairs, a couple cards from the 70s and a mint 9 that look nice. So that pretty much constitutes my collection. I've only ever graded one card myself, or gone through the process myself one time. I've showed you guys the card many times, but it's the 2016 Topps Chrome Red Parallel Refractor of Joey Votto, numbered to 5. That one got a BGS 9.5 with a 10 on the centering. A couple of the subgrades had 9.5s, and then the surface had a 9. I did not look that over with extreme care. Sorry. It just looked like a pretty nice card, sharp corners, nice centering. So I decided to send it as part of a group grading with my local card store, my LCS TCI Sports Fan here in Dayton. They were doing a group grade. This is probably about 1.5 to 2 years ago. And they had a couple different options. I think the longer grading time was like $18 a card, and the shorter grading time was $14 a card. The longer grading time was like, I swapped that. The shorter time was like $18 or $20 a card, and the longer time was like $14 a card. But initially I was going to do the longer time frame so I wouldn't have to pay as much, but I guess the dealer already sent them in, and so when we talked about it, he asked me if I still wanted to get in on the shorter one, and I told him yes, I did. So I just went ahead and went with it. It was like $18, I think, to get it graded. It wasn't too bad. It was somewhere between 60 and 90 days. But the cool part was I had no clue what the grade of the card was when it came back. It was a total surprise. I did not get an email from my LCS telling me what the grade was, or an email from BGS or anything like that. So it was a total surprise, almost like a gender reveal, waiting to find out if your baby is a boy or a girl until they're born. It was awesome. It was a nice moment in the LCS for me to, get it with my LCS owner and check it out. I'm sure he had obviously a preview of what the grade was, but he didn't share it with me beforehand, so it was a nice surprise. So I don't really have a whole lot of tips and tricks with grading cards. I did have a conversation with the owner at the LCS, and he told me value-wise that you probably shouldn't get a card graded unless the the value of the raw card is worth 2 times or more than what it costs to grade. So, for example, if it's $10 to grade a card, his thought is, you really shouldn't grade a card unless it's worth $20 or more. That would be twice what it costs to grade. I can kind of understand that from a value standpoint. However, I think there's some highly desirable cards that have quite a big premium when they're graded. A lot of them really, increase exponentially in value when they're graded. Some of them only 1.5 to 2 times. Some of them could be 5 to 10 times the raw card value when graded, especially ones like these Vladimir Guerreros, some of your other hot prospects. When they get graded, people are asking quite a premium for them versus the raw card. So for me, I'm kind of new to the grading thing overall. So I've picked up some graded cards at card shows. I found some on eBay. I haven't really done any trades with people for graded cards other than obviously the Chris Bryant auto. I traded a raw Bryce Harper for that from the 2017 Topps Jumbo, the throwback. So I think in terms of grading, you guys saw what I did on the video. I selected cards that had a nice surface. Obviously the chrome surfaces are hard to get a 10 on. Just imperfections and little scratches, things like that. Cards that are well centered, they have nice corners. I shy away from the paper cards. I did pick a few as part of my submission, but if I did, they had they had nice sharp corners, and the centering, just made sure they weren't bent or anything like that because the card stock's not as thick. So I did switch up, to talk about the current submission a little bit, I did switch up the lineup. The original 5 that I showed you guys, I'm still going with 4 of the 5. I'm going with the Ronald Acuna 2017 Bowman Chrome, the King Griffey Jr. 2017 Leaf Best of Baseball, numbered to 10, the green parallel. That was a care package from Silver Jackify. I'm going with the 2018 Topps Chrome update, red refractor of Joey Votto, numbered to 25. Really nice looking card. I think that would look great slabbed. I'm also going with the 2016 Vladimir Guerrero paper prospect Bowman. It's in pretty nice condition. I think it's 50-50 whether it'll get a 9 or a 10, but I'd be okay with a 9 too. Still a nice card. And then initially I was going to go with the 2018 Topps Chrome Sapphire. Really nice card of Joey Votto. The base is only worth $3 or $4, but I just thought it looked really cool. It'd be neat looking slabbed. But then when I was looking through my other cards, I found my 2018 Topps Living set of Votto that I got. It's just a really cool looking card. Sketch card, kind of vintagey looking a little bit. It was very nicely centered. It had nice sharp corners. I put out a comment on the Facebook group and I had people tell me that it looks pretty solid, but check the back because the edges are subject to chipping. So I went ahead and did that, and it actually looks pretty nice. So I just decided to substitute that for the Topps Chrome Sapphire, and those are the 5. I'm just starting out with 5. I'm going to submit with Dustin Bellinger. He's out in Nebraska, so sent him my package today. I put him in card savers and then with painter's tape, not scotch tape, painter's tape, and then put cardboard on the outside. Put them in a team bag and put cardboard on the outside, and then more painter's tape. Made a nice brick, so they should be well secured. I'd been talking to Miko a little bit about a group submission. Mike, I'm still going to do yours at some point because I have a feeling I'm going to kind of get a little bit addicted to this and enjoy it. Obviously, I don't have a lot of extra money, so I'm probably going to be doing like small chunks at a time of like 3 to 6 cards. I just chose to do 5 on this one. It was a nice, number, and Dustin's is pretty nice. It's $9.50, plus he actually is filling out the paperwork for us. He just asked for a little bit of stats on the cards, like the year, brand, the set, the card number, and the player, and then a declared value. So again, I just looked at recent eBay sales to see what the value would be on the raw if I had to rebuy it. So anyways, I'm really looking forward to getting the grades. I forgot to mention this, but apart from the value aspect, people love getting the cards graded just so they can display them. and I think that's admirable. I understand the thing from my LCS, but if you're not going to sell them or looking to sell them at a premium and you just want to get them slabbed and have that nice label and display them somewhere, I think that's a nice way of doing it. And that's what I'm choosing to do for these. I don't really intend on selling any of the cards. I just think they'll look nice slabbed up. So anyways, I will let you guys know. According to Dustin, it'll be probably 90 to 120 days, maybe even plus, because PSA has got a backlog. And I will make a kind of a summary video when I get them, sort of a reveal. I'm not sure if he does that or not on his YouTube site. He might. I know Myco does, but I'll definitely do a summary video when I get them back, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. So hope everybody enjoyed this video of Chris's Card Talk. Everybody have a safe week. Again, if you're not in my contest, please join. Would love to get more entries. I think I have 5 or 6 at this point. And other than that, have a great week, and please like, comment, subscribe.